At 6:43 a.m., a private jet touches down on a quiet runway. No press, no cameras, just tinted windows and armed security. Inside the car, waiting on the tarmac, is a man most Americans have never heard of, Jeffrey Epstein. He has no public company, no famous product, no visible clients, yet he moves through VIP terminals like royalty. Presidents shake his hand. Billionaires take his calls. Royal families welcome him inside gated estates. He owns a Manhattan mansion with its own private temple, a Caribbean island guarded by surveillance cameras, a jet so famous pilots nickname it, and somehow nobody can explain where his money comes from. Journalists start asking questions. Phone calls go unanswered. Sources suddenly disappear because this isn't the story of a rich man. This is the story of someone who should not have existed. So the question is, who exactly was Jeffrey Epstein and who made him untouchable? Before the jets, before the island, before the presidents, he was a quiet kid from Brooklyn, working class family. No connections, no inheritance, just good at math. In the 1970s, he teaches at an elite Manhattan school, rich students, Wall Street parents, chauffeured pickups. Then everything changes. One powerful parent notices him. Suddenly, he leaves teaching. No finance degree, no track record. Yet he's hired straight into high finance. People say he listened more than he talked. He learned how rich men think. He learned what powerful men fear. By his early 30s, he's managing money for unnamed clients. No website, no public records, just private meetings. His lifestyle shifts. Luxury apartments, black cars, elite access, but no one can explain his job. No hedge fund, no returns, no rankings. Yet the money keeps coming, so do the invitations. To outsiders, he's a mysterious financier. To insiders, he's something else. A connector, a fixer, because real wealth leaves paper trails. His doesn't, and that's when the cracks begin. The questions start quietly. A journalist tries to trace his business. Nothing comes up. No registered investment firm, no audited financial statements, no clear list of clients, just shell companies, private trusts, and lawyers who refuse to talk. Then former colleagues begin to notice something else. Teenage girls are showing up at his mansion. They come alone. They leave confused. Some are paid cash. Neighbors report strange comings and goings. Staff members sign strict non-disclosure agreements. Security cameras appear around the property. Still, nobody connects the dots because he's protected by something stronger than money, access. He's photographed beside presidents, invited onto private yachts, seen at exclusive retreats with scientists, royalty, and hedge fund titans. So when local police receive their first complaints, they hesitate. When parents raise concerns, they're ignored. When early victims try to speak, they're quietly pushed aside. And that's when the pattern becomes clear. Every time someone gets close to the truth, doors close, calls go unanswered, careers stall. It's as if an invisible hand is smoothing everything over, and the man at the center of it all keeps smiling, still flying, still hosting, still untouchable. But this is the moment where everything changes, because one detective decides not to drop the case. One reporter refuses to move on, and one small investigation in Florida is about to expose something much bigger. The investigation starts small. Police interview a few girls. Their stories match. Same house, same routine, same cash envelopes. Detectives pull phone records, flight logs, security footage. What they find is chilling. This isn't random, it's organized. Girls recruiting girls. Appointments like business meetings, drivers moving people between properties. Every trail leads back to the same gates. Prosecutors begin building a case. Then the pressure arrives. Witnesses change their stories. Parents get quiet settlement offers. Lawyers bury everything in paperwork. And then something stranger happens. Federal authorities step in. But instead of speeding things up, they slow it down. Charges shrink, timelines stretch, evidence sits untouched. Behind closed doors, deals replace justice. Meanwhile, he keeps traveling. Jets lift off. Island parties continue. Powerful guests still arrive. Victims wait. Nothing happens. Some girls drop out of school. Some spiral. Some disappear entirely. Inside the system, negotiations continue. Outside, lives collapse. And suddenly it's clear. This isn't just about crime anymore. It's about influence, about who gets protected, about what happens when money meets power, and accountability quietly leaves the room. People thought he was just a rich predator, but predators don't get private jets. They don't get secret plea deals. They don't get access to world leaders. Then investigators realized the truth. He wasn't just wealthy, he was useful. He connected powerful people, hosted private meetings, collected secrets in rooms with no phones. He remembered everything, who met whom, who needed favors. He wasn't a businessman, he was a broker of influence. And the girls, they weren't random. They were leverage. That's why his money never made sense. No company, no paper trail, because his real asset wasn't cash. It was what he knew. And once you see that, everything clicks. Years pass. He's arrested again. This time, there are no quiet deals. Federal agents raid his Manhattan mansion. Hard drives seized, phones taken, safes opened. The world watches. Survivors feel hope. Flight logs resurface. Powerful names start circulating. Everyone waits for the trial. He's placed in a high-security jail on suicide watch, the most monitored prisoner in America. Then one night, the guards don't check on him. The cameras fail. By morning, he's dead. No testimony, no names, no exposure, just silence. Conspiracies explode online. Negligence, pressure, something darker. All anyone knows is this: the one man who could have told everything is gone. And so are the answers. The cell is cleaned. The files are boxed. The headlines fade. But for the survivors, nothing feels finished. Some are still in therapy. Some can't sleep. Some are just trying to survive. Experts argue on TV. No one asks how it feels when the truth dies first. Lawsuits follow. Names surface. Powerful people deny knowing him. Governments promise investigations. Then attention moves on. But something irreversible happens. Trust breaks. People see how easily justice can be delayed, how quietly accountability disappears. For the victims, there's no dramatic ending, just long days, legal bills, trauma. Meanwhile, the mansions are sold, the island is abandoned, the jet sits grounded, a global crime scene frozen in time, and the story ends without answers. Because sometimes, the aftermath is worse than the crime.